I've never had to do comedy this wet before. This is the first. I feel like I need to apologise. Trying to settle that. I feel like I need to say sorry for the way I'm dressed. Like, I know I'm dressed like trash, but I have a lot of dealings with straight men. And I like to give them the energy they give to the rest of the world. So. I just recently got back from a trip in Berlin. I was in Berlin a couple of weeks ago. I went out with a friend, then she ditched me to have sex with her ex-boyfriend. I know, boo, the worst. But it was okay. I flirted with the bartender a little bit, who was a lovely lady called Claire. And then Claire's friend arrived, and I flirted with him too. And then the bar closed, and we left, and they were like, so, who are you going to go home with? And I was like, oh, we can't all go together? And they were like, no, you need to pick one, you know? Like a Sophie's choice of sex. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, who lives the closest? And the guy was like, actually, my house is right across the street. And I was like, oh, well, I'm very sorry, Claire. Yeah, and that's when I realized I'm a local sexual. I will sleep with you if you're near. I don't actually identify as queer, but I have had sex with women because I'm not an incel. And sometimes it's nice to orgasm during sex. So. That feeling. They know. Yeah. I'm happy to be back though in London. Like, Berlin is like not as diverse as here, which means I get stared at on the underground a lot, you know? And it's fun though. I get to play the game, are you a racist or do you want to sleep with me? Or both. You know, like kind of go home, but first come to my home. I dated a lot of white men, so I can say sleeping with a black person doesn't necessarily make you not a racist. But you can't say that to white men because they're very sensitive. Yeah. I find it also like people ask me a lot where I'm from. I find it very difficult to explain to people like, I'm not an immigrant. Like, no one emigrated to get me here. My mother went to Africa and took my dad's sperm here. Because classic white people stealing some precious resources from Africa. Taylor's on his time, that one. I don't judge her for it though, because like I also travel for good dick. Does anyone else here travel for good dick? No, I will. I've gone on planes for good dick before, you know? I'm like a cat with a laser pen against a wall, like it's not food, but put it in my mouth anyway. Yeah, and I had a holiday like that last year. I went to Greece, and whilst I was there, I slept with a Greek guy. And a German guy. Doing some message in productivity. German guy won on efficiency. But he did have help from the shower head, because, you know, Germans and their machines. But, afterwards I was like concerned I might have Mamma Mia'd myself. Do you guys know the film where Meryl Streep's been whoring it around, doesn't know the father of her baby? Yeah. I thought that'd be me afterwards, like I'll go to the doctor and they'll be like, congratulations, it's chlamydia. Ooh, I'm gonna keep it. Don't keep chlamydia. I also had a very dramatic sexual experience whilst I was in Greece I'd like to share with you now. I fucked a guy so hard, I made him bleed. Thank you, yes. From his butthole. Which was weird, because it didn't go anywhere near his butthole. And it turned out it was hemorrhoids, so... Yeah, I did that joke once on stage, and afterwards I was flirting with a guy in the smoking area, and he left. But later we matched on Hinge, and he sent me the best opening line I'd ever received on Hinge. He said, "This photo must have been taken shortly before you made a Greek guy bleed from his anus." And I was like, this guy's hilarious, I must go on a date with him. And I went on the date with him, and he was really boring. And what happened there is he'd repeated my own joke back to me. Because I think I'm funny. I decided he was hilarious. I have one more quite dramatic sexual story I'd like to share with you before I leave. This is when I was sleeping with this French guy, and he was a very forward-thinking feminist French guy because he was having sex with me whilst I was on my period. A lot of men won't, I don't know why not, free lube. And then I made what I thought was quite a good joke. I said, oh, you're not going to go down on me? And he was like, oh, no, I won't do the accent. He was like, oh no, you're on your period. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. I thought the French liked their meat rare. Yeah, he never ever texted me back. You guys have been absolutely lovely. Thank you so much for having me.